Hello. Okay. This is okay. So very good morning, everyone. So can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So welcome back to this artificial intelligence classes, which were planned online for this semester, and we are in a process of learning various mechanisms in inference management system. The first mechanism that we have studied is called as a natural reduction system. A natural reduction system is a system where every operator is allowed and all the inference rules from 1 to 9 can be applied. So it is a flexible system. We have seen this. How do you solve the problems by using NDS? And the other simple system that we have seen is an axiomatic system. Axiomatic system is a system where only implication is allowed and only one inference rule is allowed, that is P, and P to Q you will get some Q. This is one type of inference management system. When we are learning other inference management system called as resolution, where this resolution talks about how do you convert this natural language processing statements into some notation. That notation here we are calling it as a first order logic, and try to make some inferences. This is what we are learning for the last 4 classes. There is a third method of inference management system. We call it as semantic based inference management system, where we try to find the meaning of the exact sentence. We'll try to find the exact meaning of the exact sentence. And after finding the meaning, we need to find the context where the sentence has been used. And we need to also find the successor sentence meaning and predecessor sentence meaning. Based on that, we are trying to build a semantic inference mechanism system, which was not there in the syllabus. So as per the syllabus is concerned, we have something called as NDS, axiomatic system, resolution mechanism, semantic tableau. Semantic tableau tells you whether the inference or whether whatever inference that you is feasible or not. So it's a simple class. It will take 20 to 30 minutes. So among all the discussions that happened for the last 2 weeks, the resolution process is very important. So if somebody asks you how many different types of inference mechanisms are there, you need to tell 3 types are there. The first type process the system in the terms of symbols. Second system process this system in the terms of your NLP statements. The third system is also same, like it will process NLP statements, but it will not find any first order logic statements or equivalent sentences. Whatever it will do is it will go ahead based on the meaning of your statements. So this is what it is. So I wish to just tell you what exactly is a resolution mechanism by using some examples. The same example what we have done in the last class I will take, and we will take some 3 questions to solve the problem. So last class is very important because your resolution mechanism has three steps, like how do you convert your statements into first order logic. This is what we have seen in detail for 2 classes. And the second step is how do you convert the statements into clause form. This also have seen in detail for 2 classes. The third one is how do you take the negation of the inference that you have to make. So you have to take this inference of uh, the inference that you are believing that this is something that will happen. You take the negation and add something, and based on that you just try to have an R. See, this is a first statement, this is a second statement. You are combining the 2 statements by using some R. Slowly what will happen is you have to combine the statements in such a way that somewhere you will get this null point or empty set. Once you got that empty set, the meaning is whatever inference that you have taken is wrong, so this inference is right. But resolution is a mechanism, resolution is a theorem, it is not your algorithm actually. Our resolution can be called as a procedure. So the empty set, whatever I am referring, many textbooks they say it is null or nil, something like this. So what does your resolution algorithm will do is it will convert every natural language processing statements into first order logic, then convert this first order logic into class form, then this class form into a tree form where you can infer something. That inference at last has to be something called as null, and we say that inference that we got is right. So there are three steps of resolution that you have seen. The first step is how do you frame your first order logic statements. The second step is how do you convert this first order logic into class form. The third step is how do you add the negation of the inference and then try to construct the trees that I have shown you here. So three steps are there. In some textbooks it will be 4 steps. The fourth step or third step is something like how do you make the first order logic, how do you convert this into your class form. The second step. Third step they say taking the negation of the inference is a third step. Fourth step is constructing the tree. So you can take it as 3 steps or 4 steps but the procedure what we have discussed is same. So this is what the example that many times people will ask you in the external exam, or even this uh, will give you insight to understand what exactly is resolution mechanism. So can somebody unmute yourself and answer the queries? Like I have taken all these 8 statements here and 3 questions are asked. All these 3 questions can be answered from these 8 statements. Marcus was a man, Marcus was a Pompeian, all Pompeians are Roman, Caesar was a ruler, all Romans were either loyal to Caesar or hated him. Everyone is loyal to someone, people only try to assassinate rulers they are not loyal to, and Marcus tried to assassinate Caesar. And after that, you have asked 3 questions where you need to answer the questions one by one by using these 8 statements. Is the first statement is right? Did Marcus hate Caesar? Did Marcus hate Caesar? Is that is right? What is your inference? Can somebody unmute and just tell me whether that is right or wrong? Does Marcus hate Caesar? Is this right? Just I have to check. Only 59 are there. Okay. See the statements now. Like Marcus was a man, and read the statements. So go to the statement 5. Just a minute. Go to a statement 5. All Romans were either loyal to Caesar or hated him. And people only try to assassinate rulers they are not loyal to. Marcus tried to assassinate Caesar. He is already attacked this person called as Caesar. So does Marcus hate Caesar? Is it right? Can somebody answer this?
Sir.
Yes. So
Sir.
what you told is right. So when you apply this resolution mechanism, since you feel that Marcus hates Caesar is right, you have to take the negation of hate and start. This is what it is. So you see the second second statement, is Marcus is loyal to Caesar?
No, sir.
No. Since you feel that Marcus is not loyal to Caesar, you have to take the negation of not loyal. So you have to take here, just I am trying to write. So Marcus is not loyal to Caesar. So what you said is right. So loyal of Marcus and Caesar. So Marcus is not loyal to Caesar. That is the reason when you wish to prove the resolution, you should not take the negation, because negation is what your belief is. So what is that you have to take is you have to take loyal of something. This is what you have to take. So whatever you believe, you take the negation and start the procedure. So is Marcus a Pompeian? Is Marcus a
Yes, sir.
Pompeian?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So yes. So then you have to take the negation of Pompeian of Marcus and start applying the procedure or algorithm. You cannot call the resolution as an algorithm, but you can call it as a procedure. So we will only take the first question now. First question is whether he hates somebody or not. So I have kept the class forms in. I will keep it here. So I have kept the class forms here. Like yesterday, I have done this. All these are class forms. Can somebody tell me from these 8 statements that I have written here, does some of the statement is not in a class form? Just I try to reduce this part. See, first statement is a atomic statement. It is in a class form. The third statement is in a class form. Fourth statement is in class form. Fifth statement we have converted yesterday. We have done this, and this is a class form. Sixth statement is in a class form. Seventh state is in a class form, and eighth statement is in a given is a class form. So 8 statements they have given, and they have given a question query like did Marcus hate Caesar? So you feel Marcus definitely hates Caesar. That is the reason you need to add some value here. We have to take the negation of hate of Marcus comma Caesar. So your belief is Marcus hates Caesar. That is the reason you have taken the negation, because many times in your textbook we say the resolution in the terms of refutation. You take the negation of what you believe and just start. So the 9th statement is what I add, because this is what the resolution algorithm will tell me. You add the negation of what your belief is and then proceed. Now you need to tell me how can I start. See, 9 statements are there. In somewhere you need to apply this resolution mechanism that we have discussed earlier. Like yesterday, if you remember, we have done some thing like this. We have combined 2 statements. We are getting some other value. You combine that, combine 2 statements, you get a some value. You combine this with this. So every time you combine, you are ORing something. The output you will be expecting is an empty set or a null set. This is what yesterday I have done. The same way we have to do in this set also, like how can I start, like since I have something called as 9, can I take 9th statement and 5th statement, can I call this as 10? If I say 10th statement is a combination of 9 and 5, this is 9 and this is 5. What is the outcome of joining this 9 and 5? Can somebody just tell me? How I have started is I have a negation of hate here and I have a hate here. Can somebody tell me if I combine 5 and 9, what is the value of x? 9 and 5, if I join, this is 5 and this is 5. Just right angle. And this is 9. If you join this 5 and 9, what is the x value actually here? Can somebody just tell me? In the ninth statement, Haight is talking about Marcus and Caesar. Fifth statement is a general statement talking about X and Caesar. So if you wish to combine 5 and 9, what can be the X value?
Marcus.
Yes. So indirectly you have done a substitution at this moment. At this moment X value is Marcus, but some point of time if the knowledge changes, X can be Rama or X can be Sita sometimes, because X is a person. So at this moment if you are combining 5 and 9, your X value is Marcus. That is called as substitution. That is a part of your resolution algorithm. So how I am combining 5 and 9 is, see, whenever I have a negation somewhere, I'm just trying to find a complement of this negation. So Haight is there. So what is the outcome of combining 5 and 9? This is the outcome. Because 5 and 9, this Haight and this Haight will go. Obviously, this 2 will remain. But X value that you have to write here is Marcus. And again, X value is replaced as Marcus. These values will change. There is no need that you have to write here, or if you don't write here also, that is meaningful. So, but what is your interest is this Haight and this negation of Haight will go. So your 10th statement, you have a different knowledge now. So I'm just trying to, this is not 10, this is 11. So I have a 10th statement like this. So how can I combine, like I need to write something like this, from 10 comma what I have to combine to get something new. 10th statement contain a negation of Roman and loyal. So if you take, if I take a 5 statement, fifth statement, you have loyal of something, this will not work. So what can I do here? What should I do? So initially I have combined this with 5. What statement I have to combine? Can somebody just have a what is this 5, or 5 is complete? So this statement combined can be combined with what? Negation of Roman is there. Roman is somewhere. So Roman is here. Can I combine this 10th statement with the third? So this is third statement. Just a minute. This is third statement, which is having negation of Pompeian. 10th statement, you have something called as negation of Roman. And this Roman is there. So obviously, if you combine this 10 and 3, 3 is this. Just try. I'm just trying to keep this here so that you will understand. So, this is 3. This is 3. And this is your 10. So when you combine 3 and 10, so Roman will go, because Roman x value itself is a Marcus here. So what is that we will get here is 11th statement. I will get something like this. So this is what my 11th statement is. Is it right? So initially I started with combining 9 and 5. I got this value. After that I have combined this 10 with 3. This is third statement. This is your 10th statement. Is the outcome that I got is right? 11th statement is right. Can you combine this 3 and 10 and get this? X can be Marcus. The 11th statement is right. Can you combine 3 and 10 and get this part? See, only see this point. Just see, and just I try to analyze this part. So this is a third statement. This is a 10th statement. If you combine both of them, this Roman and Roman will go, and this Pompeian will come here, and Loyal is come here. Is it right? Is this right? 11th statement is right. Whatever I have done here is right. Or you need to tell me why I have taken 9 and 5. 9 there is something called as a negation of hate. 5 there is something called as hate of something. So negation of hate and a complementary of negation of hate, this will go. So I have a statement called as 10 here. So I have taken 3. The reason is there. See, there is something called as a negation of Roman here. In the third statement you have a positive Roman. So this positive and this negative will goes, and I will get this part. Is it right? Is the 11th statement that I have done is right? You need to just talk. So what is that I have started is I have started with 5, then I have taken 3. Then what should I take? See, this is what is the 12th statement like? How can I combine this? See, negation of Pompeian was there, Loyal was there, 2 was there. This is a positive Pompeian of Marcus is there. So 2 says, just a minute, I will write here so that you will understand. 11th statement is something like this, and this is 2. This is the second statement. 11th statement is this. This is your second statement. If you combine both of them, what is the outcome? Can somebody tell me now? Just it is very easy now. 11th statement I have written here. Second statement I have written here. What is the outcome if you combine 11 and 2? You hear my voice? Oh, something was happening. Just we'll see. Number of students are less, but I think this is significant. See here, in the 12th statement, if you join this 11 and 2, is the answer that I have written is right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What you said is right. So this Pompeian and this Pompeian will go, and 12 will come. So what can be the 13th statement? Like 12 can be combined with what? See, you have Loyal here. I need to have a negation of Loyal somewhere. Where is negation of
7,
Loyal?
sir.
7. Oh, what you said is right, exactly. So then combine 12 comma 7. So if you combine 12 comma 7, there is a Loyal here, and 7 there is a negation of Loyal here. This is negation of Loyal. So obviously all this will go, and you have something called as this. So what she told is right. So because we are taking class in online, so you need to just have the connectivity between these two. This is what it is. So if you understand how I am applying here is something like this. I started with 5. I have taken 5, and then I have taken third statement 5 3, 5 I have taken, 3 I have taken, 7 I have taken. In between some combine 11 and 2 means you have taken 2 also. After 7, this is how I have combined actually till now. So now if you wish to go for a 14th step here, so man of something, ruler of something, assassinate of something. So I need, if you start with any of the things, like you can start with man or ruler or assassinate. I will just see what was there. So can I combine?
148, sir.
Yes, what you said exactly is right. 148, what you told is the exact sequence where we'll get null. Anyway, you said 1. So I combine this 13 statement, 13 with 1. What does your 1 says is man of Marcus. You have a negation of man of Marcus here. So what is that we will get as a 15th statement? 14th statement itself is this part. So this is 14. So the 15th statement, what she told is right. You have to combine this 14 with 4. The reason is 4 is talking about a ruler of someone. And here you have a negation of ruler. So combine 14 with 4. So then you will get something called as negation of assassination. This is what you get this part. So then the 16th statement where you can combine 15 with 8, because 8 is what assassinate of Marcus and Caesar. So obviously from 15 and 8 you will get something called as a null set, or it is an empty set. So once you got this empty set, the meaning is whatever you have taken is wrong. So hate of Marcus and Caesar is true. So Marcus hates Caesar is true. That is what your answer is. This is how I started. So just a minute, this is coming. In the earlier classes, what is that I have done is I have converted the statements into first order logic, then I have converted something into and so on and so forth I have seen. So till now, what is that I have done is we have answered this query. So if you wish to answer this second one, there is a sequence. See, when you evaluate the papers in the external exam, what is that we do is we will only see this part. When we evaluate questions in the external exam, we will only see this part, sequence, how the sequence is happening. Once you combine something with 5, then you combine something with 3, then you combine something with 2, then you combine something with 7, then you combine something with 1, then you combine something with 4, then combine something with 8 and say this is empty set. So then obviously the entire procedure that you have adopted for resolution is right. And if you see the old question papers, mostly this is a standard question that I have taken. Every time this question will be asked. Marcus is a man, Marcus was a Pompeian, all the Pompeians are Romans, Caesar is a ruler, Romans, all the Romans and something like all the Romans are either loyal to Caesar or hated him. Everyone is loyal to someone. So people only try to assassinate rulers they are not loyal to, and Marcus has assassinated Caesar, and they will give different questions. So this is a common thing. Like every time when people try to ask questions, they take this example because this example is an example where you can cover everything. So the second, you can take the second question now. Can somebody tell me where exactly we have to start? The second question is very simple. Is Marcus loyal to Caesar? So how can I start answering this query? The inference that you said as in the earlier while starting the class is Marcus loyal to Caesar means he is not loyal. So how can I start? The answer for this query is Marcus was not loyal. The answer for this query is not of loyal of Marcus to Caesar. What you said is right. This is what the correct inference. But what does your resolution algorithm will do is it will take the negation of what you are expecting. So you are expecting negation of loyal, you have to take loyal of this, and then you have to proceed. So is Marcus loyal to Caesar is what the question is. So the question is that I have to add here is, this is a common knowledge, and the question that was asked is Marcus loyal to Caesar? Do you have any Vedic activities today, or are people are participating in some other event today? Do you have any Vedic or any other places where you are participating? People are participating somewhere today? Anyway, so how we have to start here is we have to add something here in the knowledge. We call it as loyal of. Can somebody tell me why the attendance is less? Or why actually is there any chance that people are participating somewhere today? Do you have any Vedic activities today?
CNDS is there, sir.
CNDs is there. It has started. Okay, okay. That may be the reason. Okay. So CNDs will start in the morning at what time?
9:30, sir.
9:30. Okay. Thank you. So this is how we have to start. So we have added this ninth statement here. This is what your procedure is. So then now just tell me, how do you combine now? So assume that I'm starting somewhere, I'm just removing this, I start with 9. 9 plus what I can get? 9 is loyal.
7, sir.
Yes, 9 and 7, you get something. 9 plus 7, what is that you get is, you get something called as this. So you started with 7. After 7, 9 plus 7 plus what?
Same, sir. 1 plus 4 plus 8.
Yes, what you said exactly is right. This is what is subset of the earlier problem actually. This is what we have done. This is 1. After that, you will get 1 plus. You have something called as 4. You have something called as 8. So that is the reason I started with that problem. All these two, whatever I have written in the subset of that problem. So obviously this is very simple. Like this path must be there. If this path was written 9 plus 7 plus 1 plus 4, or 97148 is the path, obviously whatever answer you got is right. The same way, if somebody asks you, is Marcus is a Pumpian? Just a minute. So your answer is right. Is Marcus is a Pumpian? What you said is right, because all these three statements will tell you. So how do you start? Marcus is a Pumpian. Then how do you start? You have to take the negation of that. Negation of is Marcus is a Pumpian. What is the question that was? Is Marcus is a Pumpian? So a negation of Pumpian of Marcus. Again the same story. You start with combining these two directly. It is there, so obviously you'll get the answer. So this procedure is simple, but I expected some more people. So this all the queries are answered now. So I thought I had to do here, but that is a better option. I have done all this. So this you can take it as a practice. Like cats likes fish. Cats eats everything they like, and money is a cat. So the question is very simple. Does money eats fish? This is what the question that they ask. So what is that you have to do is you have to convert these statements into first order logic. Convert this first order logic into clause form. And take the negation, since eat of something was there, eat of money comma fish. If this is true, you take the negation of this and add here. Then apply the tree procedure to get the values. You can take this as your homework. So this is the class. So obviously I felt actually this class is very important, but unfortunately most of the people are not there for this class. Anyway, that will happen. So obviously I'm stopping here. Most probably when we meet tomorrow,